Alright, good morning YouTube. This is Nick with NK Landscaping, and behind me we have a busted tractor. So, Monday, today's Wednesday, we went to go pull this out for a job, and I had noticed it had been leaking some hydraulic fluid on the last job, and I checked over everything, and basically this lift line for this cylinder here was weeping pretty bad, and then the two steering lines for the steering cylinder down here are leaking pretty bad. You can see the oil all over the fan. So we went ahead, we're doing the two steering lines, and basically every rubber line on the loader, aside from the quick connect stuff, because that has been replaced semi-recently. This machine is a 2006, and I believe it has just over 3,000 hours. And it's just getting up there in age, and it's finally time to replace some hoses. So I got new hoses made. They came in yesterday. So we're going to start with the steering ones, because those are the hardest. I have to feed them through from up under the dash here, through a few things, and that chafe protection. So we'll get started feeding those through and get this thing back in running shape, because we got to take it to a job today. Okay, so the steering hoses are in. You can see it comes from the steering valve up there into the protective sleeve, a little clamp down the frame rail. This is where it gets tight, and down on top of that steering cylinder there, and there. So we have steering with no leaks. I gotta do the hoses on the loader now. Looks like I need to top off some coolant. I'm gonna check all the fluids, add probably some hydraulic fluid. I gotta take off the rototiller and swap it with the backhoe so we can get loaded up for a job, but we're making progress. Okay, so backhoe is on, all the hoses are replaced, all the fluids are topped up and checked, and we greased the whole machine. It's running really good now. So we're gonna load up the truck with some topsoil, and then we'll actually load the machine on top of the topsoil. Luckily the job's just down the road, and we're gonna get it done nice and easy. Okay, BX is loaded. We actually just had to bend the ramps. They were a little messed up from the skid steer. We used the excavator to bend the ramps back. And now we're headed over to the job. We got our cobblestone, seed straw. We just got to come back for a load of topsoil. Once we get all the equipment and the Belgian block installed. So it'll be a quick little easy job. Alright, so we're going to Belgian block right around the edge of the shed. Just, you see where the rock meets the lawn. The client just wants it, sticking up just a little bit, just to kind of separate the two. So we'll do that, and then we're just gonna topsoil. That was all fill material that we put in from this, cutting out this hill, and then the shed guys messed up the lawn a little bit, so we're just gonna fill that in too. But not installing this with concrete. It's the way he wanted to do it, but it'll look good when it's done. And then we'll seed and straw and everything when we're done. So you can see the general idea of what we're doing. We're just going to wrap this around the shed, come back to that side with the exact same thing, and then we'll back this side up with topsoil. But as you can see, it's a little wet. Everything is very squishy. A lot of groundwater here. When we came to do the shed, that water wasn't there. But that's what happens when you have a swampy wet backyard. But we'll get through it, get everything spread out, and it'll look really good. Belgian block is installed. It was really wet. The ground is still really moist, but we were able to get that in. Looks pretty good. So just rough graded this right now. We're gonna come back with the topsoil, but this area gets really wet over here. But we'll all the rocks can get tossed in the woods there, and we will smooth this whole area out with topsoil and get everything graded properly, fill in any divots or anything. But it looks really good, a lot better than it did. So we're gonna run out and grab some topsoil from our yard. Be back in not too long here. Alright, we're back with a load of compost soil. We're gonna get that all spread out around the shed and on this entrance here where we messed up the stuff a little bit, and on top of some of these roots. So we'll get some of that unloaded and spread and get moving here. Alright, we're just finishing up here. Everything's seeded. Finishing up the straw. The Belgian block looks good. I think he may top it up with some like river rock or something, just to make it look a little better. Not that it looks bad. Belgian block in the back. Head down to the pond that is the backyard. And around this side. Looks really nice. So awesome. I'll try to get some pictures when we're done, and we'll be out of here in 15 minutes or so. So you saw this one from start to finish, putting the base in the shed and the Belgian block now. And then eventually he wants us to come back and fill in that area so it doesn't flood so bad. And then I believe Kurt's going to be doing some garden work here too. Alright, thanks for watching.